Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel, Family Food and Fun. I hope you all are having a wonderful day this far, because we are. So today's recipe we're going to do is spaghetti squash. So I got this from my local grocery store. It's a yellow spaghetti squash, and there's also an orange spaghetti squash. The orange spaghetti squash has more of like a sweeter flavor than the yellow, but they're both still good. So if you don't have the orange, don't fret, get the yellow. They do have some that's a little bit smaller. They have some that's bigger. It's very hard to cut this spaghetti squash. It's easier to cut a watermelon, in my opinion, compared to this spaghetti squash. So I asked them this time, being that my husband's at work, I asked them at the produce section, will they cut it for me? And they did. So that's something you might want to ask if you go get a spaghetti squash. Will they offer to cut it for you? So what they do is they slice it lengthwise, because that's how you want your spaghetti squash to be, is lengthwise. And then what I'm going to put in the spaghetti squash, of course, you know, sweet Vidalia onion. And then, of course, you know, our bell peppers, yellow, green, and red, because a colorful plate is a happy plate. I don't know, no particular reason why I chose for it to already be diced, and instead of me cutting it up myself, no particular reason. And then for meat, I'm going to put Cajun style and dually smoked sausage in there. This is spicy. Yes, but because my husband's at work, we can kind of go spicy today. So we're definitely gonna cut up some andouille sausage. That'll kind of give us a little bite. And you know, for my seasoning, my Badia, I'll probably put that in there, and I'll show you guys whatever other seasoning that we're gonna do. So let me get these hands washed, get everything prepped, and I'll be back and show you what I'm gonna do. Okay, so I just wanted to show you guys real quick what you're gonna see once you get it open. This is gonna be the insides of it. So all that I'm gonna do is just take my spoon, and you just have to dig in and clean it out. I can't try to get my arm out the way. Once you start digging it in to clean it out, it has like a sweet smell. So see, just gonna clean it out, and then you just have to keep going till you get all the insides out. It has a very, very sweet aroma to it. But one thing I've noticed, so you kind of have to be mindful, because the more you scrape, I'm going to just touch it here, the more you scrape, if you can see, you're going to start scraping the inside of your squash. And it has that look to it. So just have to be mindful about that. You'll be scraping the actual inside of the spaghetti squash. So at this point, just as long as I get all the seeds out, that's it. Because all this is the actual spaghetti squash. So I don't want to keep scraping, because then I'll end up scraping out my squash. And so I'm going to do the same thing to the other one. Once I get the other one clean, I'm just going to rinse them, and then I'll be right back and show you what I do next. Okay guys, so we're back. I got them all scraped and cleaned out. This is how it's going to be. Now, I have my pan here, so I'm just going to put them face down onto like a little cookie sheet. And then at this point, I have just plain water, and the whole time my oven has been preheating at 350 degrees. So at this point, I just want to do enough to cover the bottom of my pan. Enough water to cover the bottom. Hold on, let me move my pan over here, because it's kind of leaning on the eye of the stove. Let's get you guys over here. Here we go. So just a little bit more water, not much. Because remember, we're just covering the bottom. So that's it. That's all the water that I want just to cover the bottom of my squash. I'm going to cook them like this, skin side up, for about 30-45 minutes. Now the smaller the squash, of course, 30 minutes. The bigger the squash, the closer we're going to be on the 45-minute mark. And once it hits the 45-minute mark, I'll pull it out, come back and show you guys how we just want the knife to be able to just insert into our squash. So yeah, my oven's ready. So let's go ahead on and get this in the oven, and then I'll come back and show you what I'm going to do with the sausage, the onion, and the peppers. Okay, y'all, so we're back. I went on ahead and put a little bit of oil into my pan here, so they can start heating up. So I went on ahead and chopped up my sweet Vidalia onion and cut up my andouille sausage. So you guys already know what's gonna go in. Minced garlic. I'm really not gonna focus on my seasoning right now. I will worry about that once I get my squash added to it. But for now, we're gonna go ahead and get the garlic in here. Alright. We're gonna go ahead and add in, oh good, it's starting to sizzle. We're gonna go ahead and add in our onion and sausage. Get all that garlic on everybody, nice and good. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover it and let it saute down for just a few minutes before I add these in, because these are sliced so thin that I don't want them to cook down and get so soggy. So I'm not going to add these in quite yet. I'm going to give my onion and my sausage a chance to, you know, do what they need to do before I put these in. So I'll come back and show you guys at what point I'm going to add these in. Alright guys, so at this point, my onions have pretty much cooked down some, which is what I wanted. So now I can add in my peppers. I'm gonna put the whole thing in. Alright, we're going to cover that, let that cook down, and then I'll come back when the spaghetti squash gets done to how we're going to marry them both together. So we'll be back. Okay guys, so we're back, and I did pull my squash out the oven. See, we just wanted to go straight through with ease. So that's how we know that it's done. Alright, so that's done. And if you notice why I put the water in the bottom of the pan, because if you can see, the water is pretty much been baked out. And then I just wanted to show you here where we cook down our onions and peppers, and we're going to add our spaghetti squash to that. Alright, so let's let this back kind of cool off a little bit. And then when we come back, when it's where I can kind of handle it, I'll come back and show you how I'm going to shred it out with the fork and what it looks like. We'll be right back. Okay guys, so we're back. That's our onions, peppers, and sausage. Just wanted to show you the inside of the squash here. Still hot, so I just have it with my rag, and all I'm going to do is take a fork. That's it. And see, that's why they call it spaghetti squash, because it's starting to come out like spaghetti noodles. You can actually just take this spaghetti squash alone by itself and just put some butter, a little bit of salt, and some pepper, and you can eat it just as is by itself. So I'm just going to put this into my onions and peppers. It's getting a little hot in my hand here. See it there? You just scrape it all out. Comes out just like spaghetti noodles. See? Alright. And that's the inside now. And that's just 1/2 of the squash that gave us this much. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to get the next half of the squash, do the same thing, and then I'll be right back. Okay guys, so this is the 2 halves of my squash that I got shredded in. At this point, I'm just going to take a little bit of my Badia seasoning and just flavor the squash. And then just get it mixed in. To my sausage and onions. Okay, put the top on it for maybe about 5 minutes. Let it cook down for about 5 minutes, and then it'll be done, and I'll come back and plate it up for you. Okay guys, so we're back. Welcome back. This is it. That's our plate there. And if you guys can see, it's like a spaghetti noodle. So let's try it out. Now once I put the spaghetti squash in there and put the Badia seasoning, I just let it saute down for like maybe 5 more minutes, because the spaghetti squash is done. I just wanted to get all the flavor in there. So let's get an onion up there too. Y'all, that is so good. See? Hold on, y'all. My camera just got real dark. Hold on. I don't know. Might not be dark on y'all end, but it's dark on mine. Okay. Looks just like a spaghetti noodle. But real good. I love the andouille with it. That tastes real good with it. That's my son calling me, so I gotta go. That's my son calling me. I'll see you guys on the next video. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up, like, comment, share, subscribe. Tell somebody that knows somebody. Let me know if you've ever tried spaghetti squash, what you put in it. Let me know if you decide to try this recipe. Give me a shout out in the comments section and let me know what you think about it after you give it a try. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you on the next one.